And one of the questions around relates to, are you ready for GDPR? And your recent title on companies are ready but not at the level that it should be is one of the comments I saw in the last few days. So a similar question can be asked to other entities, the European legislator, the national legislators, but also independent regulators, namely data protection authorities. Are DPAs ready for the GDPR? And we know that some of them depend on the actions to be taken at national level to make the GDPR fully operational, with particular regard to new duties and powers, to fines to be applied, the administrative law around. And on top of what single colleagues are discussing at national level with their counterparts, governments and parliaments, we are working hard all together, particularly but not only within the Article 29 Working Party, to prepare day one. And here I would like to then focus on let's say a few developments. I will be speaking largely as one of the members of 29 Working Party, and although I will refer partly to the Secretariat, we will provide to the EDPB soon. Let me focus on what I expect myself as member of the 29 Working Party and future full member of the EDPB from myself as other institutions serving the group. And then I will focus on a few other information concerning what we are doing at the DPS with regard to the interaction of data protection with consumer protection and competition law, and few points of information concerning ethics. The transition to EDPB. Here we have to realize the various changes. This is not the right time to make a summary of all differences in between the two bodies, but we all know that the 29 Working Party is currently a consultative body to the Commission. We know that there is an interpretation of the two existing directives, and this is more or less what the EDPB will do with regard to both the GDPR and the other directive for law enforcement purposes. But in addition, the EDPB, as you know, will be a decision making body issuing binding decisions towards DPAs, and this is an important change to be taken into account. And therefore, I think these modifications will improve the consistent application of the GDPR by DPAs, and perhaps they will be positive in terms of legal security. There is a change in the status. So today we have an expert group, basically, of the Commission. Though some of the documents are also addressed to Parliament and Council, but Commission is the privileged interlocutor. One day we will have a European Union body. In the galaxy of the different entities subject to my jurisdiction as EDPS, we have institutions, bodies, agencies, and offices. EDPB will be, regrettably, a state without an army. Will be a body with legal personality, so decisions can be challenged before the Court of Justice where appropriate, but this body will depend on something else, which is currently the EDPS, one of its members. So this has an impact in terms of, by an organizational viewpoint, and you cannot imagine how difficult it is to prepare day one, to start from the scratch. I did it 20 years ago when we started with the Italian Garante in a small room at the Chamber of Deputies with all members of the Parliament coming back and forth. What are you doing here? I'm the Secretary General of the Italian Data Protection Authority. What you are? Why you are here? Oh, because we build on your hospitality. Here, in the Parliament. Yes, okay. and then we started recruiting 2 people, 3 people. When I landed at the DPS in 2009, again, I found a small family, few people. I remember the first day I approached the house and said, "Who you are?" "Giovanni Buttarelli." "Yes." "Who you are?" "The new assistant supervisor." "Ah, you?" "Yes." "Okay, come in." So we started again creating an organigram, signing service level agreements with other institutions to concentrate on core business activities, consolidate the legal status of our personnel, increase the budget line, create a system of good administration with a view to make the ADPS a reliable institution, an authoritative body, in good order. We never receive any kind of, let's say, negative remark from the European Union Court of Auditors, from the different audits. And this is a kind of system I would like now to see in place for the ADPB. So on the basis of our 8 years of experience at the EU level, we would like to allow all colleagues to play safe.